Okay, now that you are ready to just go ahead and just do the programming with the stand, there is one very crucial thing that we just have to do first. We cannot at this stage continue at the R. We have to just go create a kind of a text file and just save it as for the stand. How to do that? Because we are going to create 3 blocks, which is essential parts for the stand, which is going to be different from any other, I should say, programming languages if you have done. If you have done the C++, it's going to look so familiar, but now let's go ahead to do what can we do. I'm just going to go to the File tab there, and I just go to the New File. I can just simply create a text file. You can just also go to the stand file, but I go to the text file. Both of them can be the same thing. Okay. Now, what do? I'm just going to create 3 crucial blocks for my stand programming. The first block is going to be called data. I open that with the curly brackets. I press enter, and I just create the second block. This is called parameters. The first block was called data. The second block is called parameters. And also the other block, the last crucial block, there are more blocks that we can add. We just get to that in the next tutorials. But the data, parameters, and the model is the crucial blocks that these are essential to exist in the stand file that we created. The other blocks that we're just going to talk about them in the next tutorials, somehow they are optional, but these 3 ones, they are a must. They have to be there in order to have your stand to be, I should say, created. Okay. The thing which I'm going to do, the first thing, as you notice, I created these ones. Now, okay. And the other thing which we have to do, that's going to be also very crucial. This is essentially a very crucial one. Please pay attention to that. I'm just going to create, I'm going to save as this file. I'm going to save it where I created, I should say, my first R script, which I called it woman.r. Whatever you're just going to name it, I'm just going to name it woman. You can call it anything you want, depending on your choice. You can call it apple, you can call it wall, you can call it anything. You can call your name or the day that you are there. I just call it woman. But the thing that we have to share it together, it's going to be, when you just put dot, you have to put as it, I should say, stand. Then what do I mean? That whatever you name your file for the stand, you have to just save it as a stand file. It's going to be your name, your file name dot stand. When you save it, look at the difference of the colors which I'm just going to have on, I should say, on this tab here, which is going to be my text file which I created 3 blocks over there. Look at that. I'm going to save it. You see the difference. You see, if you created a stand file successfully, you see the change of the colors on the blocks that we have created, and also you will see that on the tab which you have just saved it as a stand file, you see that it looks different from the R that you had, R with the blue, I should say, circle inside. It's a sign of a stand that you see that it's going to be a red symbol in there. Okay. This means that the file that we created is sufficient, I should say. And now the other thing that we have to do, we have to just go on to the next tutorials and talk about how can we just fill these blocks one by one, because these ones are going to be very crucial. How to fill these blocks, because the blocks that we have created now, all of them are empty. We have to define the data, we have to define the parameters of our model, and we have to define the model itself. Then we just go to process, I should say, the stand file then. Okay, I think that's a good place after creating the stand file to stop for this tutorial. When we come back on the next tutorial, I'm just going to walk you through how to fill out each individual blocks in your stand file. Then I can't wait to see you on the next tutorial, and see you soon then.